Hello, everybody. Brother Ed coming to you once again this evening from Louisville, Kentucky. This is American Stealth, and I am at this point going to also be putting this or broadcasting this program on my backup channel, News You Can Use G7. The CDC has put out a level 3 warning not to travel to any part of China. Everyone in the U.S. is being warned by the CDC. No non-essential, as they put it, travel to China. As far as I'm concerned, there is no such thing right now as essential travel to anywhere in Asia, especially China. San Francisco has activated emergency centers to be set up to help educate people about the coronavirus in this event of a serious outbreak. Now, emergency medical centers. Yeah, well, they're not really medical centers. They're a lot more like call centers, from what I noticed, for people to just call in and ask questions. Doesn't look like any kind of medical facility for people to go to and actually get treated. So I don't know how much good these medical centers are really going to be. Probably not very much at all. Mainstream media is finally giving something that resembles real numbers with reference to just how many cases of this virus there actually are at this point. Now, from the Guardian, it is saying that there may possibly be 1,000 cases, 100,000 cases globally. Right, globally. There's a whole lot more than that. There are at least 100,000 cases just in China alone, and from what the information I'm getting is telling me, it's doubling on a daily basis as far as how many infected. And if it actually has an 81% kill rate at this point, then there's a whole lot more people that have died from it than what we're getting from the Chinese authorities. At this point, I don't know what's going on with them. I don't know if they are deliberately keeping the numbers under what they really are. Excuse me. I wouldn't be at all surprised if that's the case, if for no other reason, simply to try and delay any kind of serious damage to their economy, which is already happening, I'm sure. So I don't know why they would be doing that. That doesn't make any sense. It could also be that their resources have dwindled so quickly, so badly, that they are simply just not able to give out accurate numbers, because they really don't have the resources right now to even be able to test anybody to determine whether they actually have it or not. Not to mention the fact that they're so overcapacitated in hospitals at this point that they're having to just turn people away because they don't have space in the hospitals for beds to treat new people. So, let your mind go where you feel is the most logical as far as the numbers are concerned. Also, from The Guardian, Germany has its first confirmed case, and I heard that before Germany, a few days ago, Italy had a confirmed case. So I'm not sure why they're saying that the first confirmed case in the EU is Germany. The World Health Organization has still not declared the coronavirus to be a global health emergency. No doubt because they think that they're doing something good for the economies of the countries that have this virus in them. No doubt that is why we actually still have flights coming in and out of the United States going to and from China, which we shouldn't. I'm sure that is all based on money and economics. Absolutely. There's no doubt in my mind. There's no other reason for that to be continuing when it should not be. However, the World Health Organization has at this point decided to call the corona outbreak a global high risk. The CDC has admitted to the United States having 20 quarantine stations at land border crossings. And they're not all along the south border. Some of them are actually along the northern border. And these are to be, to be used in the event of an outbreak to decide if sick people should enter the country. Well, I think we should be using them to decide whether sick people should enter the country, whether there's an outbreak or not, because that could cause one. Common sense. Yeah. Government, government, government. If I felt, honestly, that 100,000 infected globally and only 106 dead was accurate, which I don't, I would say, don't be too terribly concerned about this because it doesn't really sound like it's a big deal. Granted, a lot of people would get sick, but most would recover. From what I'm hearing, 81% of people who get this do not recover; they die. So, I don't believe that those numbers are accurate. As I stated before, we've got at least 100,000, if not more, infected in China alone. So obviously, there are more than just 100,000 globally. How many there actually are outside of China, I really don't think we are being told the honest truth about that. So it could be God only knows how many. Here's the math, however. For the U.S. cases, which is what, I'm concerned about all of these countries, but I live here in the United States, so I'm most concerned about here. The best case scenario, we have 5 so far that they're telling us about confirmed cases. If all 5 people, it's been a tiring night and day, sorry. If all 5 people in the U.S. who were infected were treated within 5 days after being infected, then this is how the numbers would follow. Each one of those people would infect at least a minimum of 14 people per day. That would be 42 people in 3 days' time if they each got treated within 3 days. So then you got 5 people across the country infecting for 3 days 42 people. That comes up to, in 3 days' time, between all 5 people, 630 infected citizens throughout the United States in 3 days. That's the best case scenario. However, also, all of those people that they infected are infecting 14 people a day as well until they get treated. So just do the math, folks. It's exponential, and it increases every single day that these people don't get treated. It's a domino effect is what it is. Now that's the best case scenario, and it doesn't sound good. The worst case scenario, hold on to your seats. Let's say none of those 5 people who were infected get treated for 2 weeks because the incubation period lasted that long, let's say. Now, one person infects 588 people in 2 weeks. All 5, if they don't get treated until 2 weeks after infection, the 5 of them together within a 2-week period have infected 8,232 people. And of course, those 8,232 people are also infecting 14 people a day until they get treated. Domino effect of astronomical proportion. All I can say at this point is it may or may not be an extinction level event. I don't think it will be. As we know, humanity does have the slow progressor gene, so there will be some that will survive because they won't get sick at all. So, I don't know how many, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But a lot of people are not going to make it. I don't think. It doesn't look that way. Where it's coming from, I don't think it really matters. There are a lot of theories out there, but the one I have heard at this point that seems the most sensible is that it's coming from the permafrost in the Arctic from melting ice. Permafrost. That could be. I don't know. It could be something genetically created. We really don't know. I personally am not 100% sure that the Chinese didn't do this themselves. Get rid of the vast majority of the human population, and how much easier would it be to go in and invade every country in the world, one country at a time, take them all over, and suddenly you are the dominant world power. I could be wrong, but I am not ruling that out because I think it's probably the most likely thing that could be happening. At any rate, pray for the people of China. Pray for the people of this world. Pray for the people of the United States. Pray, prepare, and pray some more. That's what I'm going to say. Pray, prepare, and pray some more. Till next time, be at peace, be in prayer, be prepared, and pray some more. Roed the Red, signing out.